our shipyard sign restoration project across the 5 towns of Hanover, Marshfield, Norwell, Situate, and Pembroke.
Wow.
And so the other 11 signs we did were all restorations. But when we restored the sign that was here, we moved it back to its original place down the river. There was the sign here for the Smith's Shipyard, which when it was originally installed in 1919 was down the river. But then when they put the cul-de-sac in, to all the houses, the developer moved that sign here. Probably because it was going to be right in front of the house and they had to move dirt around and whatnot. They didn't want to destroy it. So it's been up here since the 1960s. When we did this restoration, we wanted to move it back to its original position down at the river. But we also didn't want an empty sign. So originally we thought we would make a copy of that Smith's Shipyard sign. But then thinking about it more, realized it would be a better idea to commemorate all the Hanover shipyards. There are 2 signs for Hanover shipyards. The Barstow's 2 Oak sign, we all know, and the Smith's Shipyard sign. But there were 10 shipyards in Hanover between the old bridge and really just in front of Jonathan Adams' house right here.
Wow.
So those 10 shipyards produced 179 vessels over the course of a couple hundred years. So we thought it would be nice to do something to commemorate all that. So we had enough money left over in the budget for restoration. Luckily, all the vendors gave us a really good break on prices. We had a lot of volunteer labor, so we ended up with about $5,000 left over, which was just enough to build a new sign. And so we had a company called Taylor & Payton in Situate actually built we call it a pattern, which would look just like this, but just slightly larger. They brought that to a foundry. They make a mold for it by pressing it in a special sand that kind of really holds its shape. It's perfect sandcastle sand. When you take it out, you have that cavity, you pour cast iron in it, liquid cast iron in it, it cools, you have your sign. They make it a little bit bigger because it shrinks. So all that work, all that figuring it out, and they were able to make us a new sign, which is the same design as the existing one. The information's different than all the previous signs, and in the bottom of it, when we take the bracket off, you'll see that it has the town paid for by the town of Hanover. And the date it was erected, well, the year it was erected, 2020. It's a wonderful year 2020 to remember. So.
One good thing this year.
Yeah. So we're going to hoist it up. We've got a little crane here to hoist it up and put the bolts, and that's pretty much it. We'll grunting and growing while we do it, but we'll be up there in a minute. All right.
It's sort of the same man that they did when they built these things.
Permit for the glow in the light up ones. I was gonna wait till you install them. Probably not even. Over there. All right, come back up a little bit there.
Oh gosh, they just go right in.
Oh yeah, a lot of. You get with an engineer.
You want to
This is amazing.
He's done a bunch of them. I know he said it, like he was talking about the different signs. And,
Did you hear it? What they did?